Hey y'all, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Donna.
And we are a paranormal chicks who love to talk about things that go bump in the night and the real life monsters who live among us.
Join us every Monday as we creep it real with our conversational storytelling of true crime and the paranormal.
And if I do say so myself, we're pretty freaking hilarious.
Yeah, we are.
Each episode will have one true crime story told by me and one paranormal story told by Donna.
We'll cover everything from ghosts and goblins to your garden variety serial killer.
We're available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere else you listen to your podcasts.
We offer show notes on our website at paranormalchicks.com for each episode. They include all images and videos we mentioned during the podcast.
We want to hear all about your sinister sightings, so send us your stories to aparanormalchicks@gmail.com. Send us anything paranormal or true crime related.
And remember to creep it real and don't get scared.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
How are y'all doing this evening?
I'm good.
You're
I'm
good?
doing great. I don't know about you guys. I'm fine, though. I'm in this cool-ass Halloween-themed fucking crawl space area.
Uh-huh. I did. I made us a nice little Halloween hut,
It was
if you
beautiful.
will.
You guys, he took me by the hand. He led me gingerly back into the bedroom.
Gingerly, I like that.
And then he stepped aside and showed me where he had created this beautiful Halloween-themed cobweb ceiling, Halloween blankets and pillows fort thing in which we're recording today.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. It was everything I've ever wanted a man to do for me.
And I did it. But no, thank you guys
Story
for
of
tuning
my fucking life.
Right.
Can't we just?
But seriously, though, thank you guys for tuning in. If you are listening, then you have probably heard our friends over at Paranormal Chicks.
Yes. Donna and Carrie. Donna and Carrie are the bomb. They're a new podcast. If you like listening to us two bat ideas around and kind of ramble through our bullshit, you will probably really fucking like their podcast because they are two best friends that talk about, I think each episode, one does, I think it's Carrie that does the true crime case, and then Donna does a paranormal story.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool setup. Right. And they do have new episodes every Monday, I believe. So.
They do. So tune in. They're really cool. We like them.
Yes.
Yay.
We approve.
Best friend love.
Yes. So, do you know why I created our little Halloween hut today? It's kind of a celebration.
I do. I do know why, but I'm not supposed to know why. Let me pretend I don't fuck. Did we tell them what podcast this is? I don't think we did.
Oh. Well, they should know by now.
This is the motherfucking Haunted Heart. If you're here, it's episode 11. I'm sorry. But thanks for being here.
Thanks for attending.
Thanks for being present. We are present tonight. We are with you in our Halloween hut. Mm-hmm. And we are talking about...
What
are we talking about, Kenny?
Walpurgisnacht? Not snot.
It's not it?
Well...
I wanted to ask you how to say it, but I was too nervous.
Well, I think it's Walpurgisnacht.
Walpurgisnacht? Are we sure? Should we check? We should probably check.
I mean, I don't... Okay. All right. No. Okay. I'll do this.
I want clarification, because I kind of thought it was Walpurgisnacht. But that's probably wrong.
No. All right, let's see. Hold on.
Seems kind of ridiculous.
Let me Google...
Now it's an ASMR podcast.
Walpurgisnacht.
That was horrifying.
Walpurgisnacht.
Okay, shut up. Ooh. No. Okay, Walpurgisnacht.
Walpurgisnacht. I need a second opinion.
Okay. Oh, son of a... Here's some cool music for you guys.
Goddamn ads.
Is
this an intro?
What is this intro into
how to pronounce a word? How to pronounce
Walpurgisnacht.
What? I'm sorry, repeat.
Walpurgisnacht.
That's not right.
Walpurgisnacht.
I don't know a lot of German, but that word has jizz in it, and I don't think that's right. I don't think we should say it.
Walpurgisnacht.
Walpurgisnacht.
I'm promising you that's not it.
All right, hold on. One more. This is a German lady.
Oh, she'll know. not. I like it.
Hallo zusammen, mein Name ist Danny. In dieser Lektion erzählen wir euch, wie der Tanz in den Reihen in Deutschland gefeiert
You know,
No.
Walpurgisnacht. That's what it is. Walpurgisnacht.
Yep. Also known as Halfway to Halloween.
Absolutely. Which is why we have our Halloween theme things.
Yes. We are at that point. Well, not technically, not now, but coming up.
Yes.
Walpurgisnacht is halfway to Halloween. We are in between the two times of the year where we are going into the spring, where the devil pollen comes in and like fucks everything over with its devil pollen jizz. Just all over the place.
Not my experience of pollen, but it's fine.
It's my fucking experience with pollen. I fucking hate it.
Well, you know what? I'm excited for something new to clog my lungs because ever since we started this podcast, my body just decided to not fucking have a voice anymore. So it's just different kinds of congestion coming through every week. It's great. Well, at some point, you'll be able to actually hear my real voice.
This isn't actually Katie. By the way,
not.
I've just spliced together clips from when the few moments she was feeling normal and created a
a Frankenstein monster of me.
A Franken-Kate.
I like it. That's cute, actually. That's cute. So we are talking Walpurgisnacht today.
But
which is a Satan holiday,
yeah.
Which are my favorites.
It's not a Satan holiday.
I mean, it depends on how you want to view it. I prefer to call it a Satan holiday.
Well, let's break down the word, okay? Walpurgis. Not.
Not as night.
Walpurga. Night. Night.
I wish you
Walpurga.
could see the hand motions that Kenny is giving me currently. There's a lot.
It's dramatic.
It is.
Well, yeah, but this is about, it's actually, so there's a lady. It's a lady. Her name was Walpurga.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate.
Of all the names, it's a rough one.
It is.
It's a rough one.
It really, really is.
Yeah.
So, and it's really kind of interesting that this is a holiday that has sort of become a night of witchcraft and witchery and revelry, if you will, because Walpurga was actually a nun.
She was.
How does that happen?
I mean,
how does a day that starts to be a celebration of a nun turn into a celebration for witches? I have the answer to that.
I'm glad that you do.
In case you were wondering.
I'm fucking glad that you do, because I was waiting for you to answer it.
Yes. Walpurga, she, again, like we said, was a nun. She was born in Devonshire, England, to an aristocratic family, where she became a nun, again, just keep reiterating that fact, and was... she was influential in converting the German pagans to Christianity, and she was later canonized. So we celebrate Walpurgisnacht on the eve of her canonization, which was May 1st. And this is kind of creepy. She was canonized because apparently, like, the rocky tomb where she was laid to rest began to, like, secrete this super special oil, which they considered to be, like, this miracle healing oil. And actually, side note, I kind of think Walpurga was probably low-key a witch.
I mean, it kind of sounds... So she wasn't canonized for anything that she did in her life. It was more... Like, the reason she was canonized was after death, her tomb started secreting this healing oil.
Yeah. And...
Huh. Interesting.
So, listen, so just roll with me here. She was noted for her quote-unquote healing prayers.
Okay.
And apparently, one night, while trying to find her way back to her room, all of the candles had been extinguished. So she asked one of the monks to please light the candles for her, but he refused, because he's an asshole. And next thing you know, there's this divine light that's glowing in the hallways. I mean, Lumos spell, anyone?
I mean...
Right? So, and then also, side note, the oil, though, I think they actually tested that. Turns out it's just like fucking water.
It was just that real good water. It was Fiji water.
Some Voss water.
It was that, like the alkalized.
Uh-huh.
So that you can be an alkaline person.
Yeah.
Which, side note, will fucking kill you. Like, we're not supposed to.
So we don't want to do that?
No, we're not supposed to be alkalized.
Oh.
We're supposed to be slightly acidic, I think.
I like to be mostly acidic.
Just a fucking bitter bitch, man.
Just fucking acid spitting everywhere.
That's like an alien.
Yeah, essentially. A xenomorph.
Interesting.
That is me. I don't know. I really don't know.
So, has Walpurgisnacht been celebrated? Like, is it a big deal? Do people, like, actively celebrate it? Is it a bigger deal in Germany than it is here? Is it, like...
I feel like you're asking the questions that you've already researched.
I mean, no, I'm really fucking asking. I haven't read a goddamn word on Walpurgisnacht. Not at all.
So... Well, let me roll it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me roll it back a little bit before
we
get into that. So one of the things that I was trying to figure out again, is like, how did this, like, what happened between the canonization of this woman and this becoming a night for witchcraft and devil worship and whatnots and all of that.
Because we're talking way back. Like, she was canonized in, like, the late 700s.
Yeah.
Not 1700s. 700s.
So this, like, we're going way back. This is a throwback.
Super throwback.
Super throwback. So, so it's definitely a question that I love, actually, because, you know, we all know how bad Christianity was at coming in and just fucking completely bastardizing pagan holidays. Yes, calling you out, Christianity. Fight me.
Christianity is like the mixed media artist of religion.
For real. So the German pagans were most likely already celebrating the coming of spring. So when the church came in and placed the feast of Walpurgis over that, the pagans then connected their own symbologies like grain, spindles, and the dog, which, throwback to last episode, was seen as a familiar for their goddesses. So it really wasn't cats for them like it is for us today. It was dogs. Yes. And you'll still see all of those representations and symbologies around St. Walpurga, like the grain and all of that stuff. So that's how they connected them, which, like we've already discussed this in our hoodoo episode, isn't new. But what I think is amusing is the church then started rededicating all of these old pagan sites to Walpurga, in an attempt to cover them up, but those connections had already been set, right? Mm-hmm. So it only made her more pagan.
Yeah.
It only amplified it.
I mean, if you have any sort of, like, badass lady, I feel like it's applicable for paganism. There are a lot of, like, badass women in pagan history. And maybe that's just because pagans just fucking appropriate all the cool women, but... Right!
But I just thought it was like a big fuck you to the church. So I found that, which I found particularly amusing. And, you know, even more so considering her history of trying to convert those same people that she's now synonymous with. Like, it's just sort of like a full circle moment. It's
kind of funny.
So
But it would be cool if she actually was, like, a super cool, like, witch healer lady.
And she just like infiltrated.
Yeah.
And so her task was like, okay, let's come in and let me convert these German pagans. But in reality, she was like helping them and like
that would be super
them.
cool. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to choose to believe that it went that way.
That's what I think. I really hope the church doesn't like hear this and come down on us and like.
I feel like if the church hears this like whole podcast in general, there's going to be backlash.
Can you just imagine like
either that or we're just super fucking excommunicated?
Could you just mega. Could you just imagine like the Pope sitting and just like. He has his little earbuds in and he's listening to our podcast. And
God.
And then he just like...
What if he's our number one listener? This Pope is cool as fuck, dude. He probably would. Pope, if you're out there, I'm into you. You're cool. You're doing a lot of cool shit. I appreciate you.
So then from there, it's said that witches from all over would fly in to celebrate on top of the Harz Mountains at a peak called the Brocken. And, they'd say they'd have, like, satanic devil orgies. Sounds kind of cool. But, in reality, they were probably just pagans who found a very high up, secluded place to worship their gods and goddesses in private. So, over the years, it just sort of turned into a night where people attempted to ward off evil spirits and witches with bonfires and making loud noises. It became a time of just letting go, burning that which is old so you can start anew. And in modern times, we are obviously less afraid of the witch. Still afraid of the woman, though.
It's kind of synonymous.
So you just start to see it more of a celebration. People dress up like witches. And it just sort of really takes on that, like, Halloween party vibe. Mm-hmm. But it's also important to note that there are many like modern day pagans that won't celebrate Walpurgisnacht because they still see it as a strictly Christian holiday. Because of her canonization. So, yeah.
Interesting. Well, I know that this particular night has several interesting connections with some, I guess, pop culture. I guess we could call it pop culture. Folks that you may have heard of. One of them is Goethe. He actually said, have you ever read Faust?
A little bit.
Okay. So, Faust is actually set, the first act of it is set during Walpurgisnacht.
Okay. Yeah.
And it, so clearly it had a huge impression on him, and the famous occultist Anton LaVey was actually so taken by the celebration of Walpurgisnacht that he established his Church of Satan on April 30th.
Yes,
on
exactly.
Walpurgisnacht.
Exactly, he did.
Yeah, so that was like a huge thing for him. And then also in the movie, now maybe we can post this clip on Instagram if Disney will not like destroy us. There's a scene called Night on Bald Mountain from the film Fantasia. That is actually based on it's this particular phenomenon that was part of Walpurgisnacht. It's called the Brocken Specters. And I'm not going to say it in German because it's really fucking hard to say. But the Brocken Specters were these big, giant, diffracted shadows that were created by anybody going above the cloud line of like these particular mountains, and it was supposedly really dangerous when the mist encircled the mountain, and so people didn't do it. But apparently the mountain and the mist makes it seem as though like this big, huge, enormous what's that movie? It Follows. You remember the like really huge guy from It Follows? Yeah. Like it makes it look like this big, huge, enormous figure is like stalking right behind you.
Yes.
And so that kind of that phenomenon with the mist in the mountain and people's shadows being diffracted and looking larger, that is what kind of gave rise to the belief. Supposedly, that's what kind of first gave rise to the belief that ghosts and demons were haunting were haunting that area. Not necessarily just on Walpurgisnacht, but
just in general.
Yeah,
so
Disney even borrowed from it.
Yeah, I actually think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think someone died. I think I read that there was a guy who was hiking, and he saw one of those, the specters.
Yeah.
And he thought that it was, like, this big, scary, like, giant shadow creature coming for him, and he, like, lost his footing and then, like, fell down the mountain. I tried, I saw it referenced in an article that I was reading, but I couldn't find, like, any hard evidence on it, so I don't know if it's true.
Maybe it was just an anecdote.
Or, yeah.
I mean, the shit sounds totally
it would
possible.
The fuck out of me.
For sure.
I mean, first of all, I don't go climbing on no mountains.
Yeah, you don't go hiking, so you would not fucking be there.
Again, like I said in Friday the 13th, honey, I don't go camping, I don't go hiking, I don't do outdoors, okay?
That's not true.
I don't do fishing, I don't do climbing of any kind.
Not an outdoorsman.
Not an outdoorsman. I do not frequent the outdoors.
I mean, you do, but only to get to the indoors.
Exactly. I only go outside to get inside. And in between those periods, I wear sunscreen because I burn.
Walking from one inside to the other.
Yes.
You burn.
Essentially a vampire, but not really. So.
Well, there is a... So, Walpurgisnacht is obviously, like Halloween, it's a time when many believe that the spirit world and our world kind of merge, and that there's some sort of mushy, gray, go-between area where things can sort of...
It's like
one can sort of pass through.
Yeah, it's like the opposite end of the veil from, like, Halloween to Walpurgisnacht. So it's like... They're the, like, 2 nights of the year that are sort of connected and are just sort of seen as, like, really thinly veiled so that creepy things can happen.
Which I'm into that, because, like, winter, case in point, my sniffly nose and cough today, like, winter murders me every year, because I have a seasonal affective disorder, my body just, like, literally gives up. Like, it has been so cold in DC for spring, and my body is fucking done.
I think it's been cold everywhere. This is the long winter.
It's awful. Like, it didn't snow a whole lot, but it's like, it's just gonna stay cold for fucking ever until it's July and we're all on a beach.
But see, I'm like the opposite now, so like where you will now like blossom and like be all like not seasonally effective, like
oh my god, what if we are Walpurgisnacht and Halloween?
Oh my god.
Like, what if, like, because we're both spooky as fuck, and we're both, like, weird, mystically freaks, right? Nerds. Yeah. But what if I'm Walpurgisnacht and you're Halloween?
Fuck. Mind blown, bitch.
This is beautiful.
Mind is blown.
I'm glad that yours is, because probably nobody's fucking... They're like,
everybody's like,
who are these people?
Who are these fucking freaks?
We don't care. We don't care that you like each other.
I don't give a fuck.
So, talking about the barrier between our world and the supernatural being more easily traversed during Walpurgisnacht, there actually is a writing from Winifred Hodge that's talking about Walpurga and the rites of May. So she says, since this is a turning tide when the season is not quite one thing or another, a between time, it is very suitable for occult divination and spellcraft, a time to take advantage of the thinner veils between the worlds and the fact that our minds are temporarily focused away from everyday affairs and onto the magical energies of nature's spring tides. This is a time for looking into that which is coming into being and which should be, for seeking the deep roots of life knowledge and life mysteries, for love magic and spells of growth and change, conception and birth. In fact, for almost all the elements of what is often called women's magic. Which, when I read that, I was just like, that's just so, like, it's so me. Like, that whole paragraph is so me.
Right.
Love magic and, like, the roots of life knowledge and life mysteries and like all of that, like growth and change and spring and nature and like natural, like all that's me. Like 110%. So I'm about it. I want to fucking celebrate. We have to throw a party.
Yeah, totally.
Like, it's just so, it's a very cool, like, type of
last
holiday.
year, we actually...
I didn't know much about it.
Because for those of you listening, we will typically throw, like, a pretty awesome Halloween shindig.
It's pretty awesome.
Every year, but we kind of take, like, a year off. Like,
yes.
We do, like, every other year. But anyway, last year, we actually did sort of like a witchy sort of theme, I guess, just to give it a broad spectrum theme. It was all about witches and witchcraft. And we actually released our teaser for it last year on Walpurgisnacht. So I've kind of like personally have celebrated this as like a little mini holiday because for me it's like, because I feel like I'm spiritually connected to Halloween and Samhain, and I feel like that I feel like it is in me.
And you are in it.
And I am in it.
And you are in it.
So
you are in each other.
It's just a marker. So I celebrate it as like a marker, like, okay, halfway there. Yeah. Because I can't fucking stand the spring.
Yeah.
So
see, I'm about it. I always feel more me. I don't want to say more powerful because that sounds really weird.
Go ahead, say it.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Claim it. Claim it.
Well, I just feel more effective. I don't know that I will say more powerful, but I will say more effective. I feel more like I have more traction in my life and in the world, and I can make decisions easier. I can influence others easier. I can, like, I always feel more powerful at this time of year. And I always chalked it up to the fact that, like, seasonal affective disorder, whatever, like, I've been through winter and I want to die. And then it gets warmer again. But even this year, it hasn't really gotten warmer again, but I still kind of feel that, like wellspring of energy.
Right.
And so without even really knowing it, because I mean, of course I knew what Walpurgisnacht was, but I didn't really dig into the details. And I knew way more about Beltane than I did Walpurgisnacht. And that was kind of the holiday that for me, like that's the one that I knew about. And I was like, oh, cool, awesome, like May Day and fertility. And we'll get into some of that a little bit later. But like, I didn't know as much about Walpurgisnacht, and now I'm kind of like really into it because it's like, you know, it's all the shit that I like really am connected to.
Yes.
So it was awesome. That's my my personal experience.
So
personal victimization.
So yeah, so like I mentioned a little bit about Walpurgisnacht. So what's going on in the world of Beltane?
Well, they are connected. Let me just fucking get my God-blessed show notes that just decided to dis-a-fucking-peer. I got a Mac recently, and I, like, sometimes I'm good with it, and then other times I am fucking up.
Again, I'll just say it. Trash talent.
Yeah, I don't know what you expect at this point. If you are still here, it is episode fucking 11. Like, you should know that we don't know what we're doing. Hang on a second. I'm going to give you some more ASMR. I'm going to give you some sniffly nose.
Well, in the meantime, hello.
Dear God. So... Okay. Beltane. We're going to talk about Beltane now. So Beltane is the more well-known... did you like that transition? It's going really well. I'm really proud of us.
I'm proud.
Beltane is the... it's kind of an Anglican name for May Day. A lot of people know it as May Day, and people know It's held on the first day of May, and probably if you know anything about May Day, you probably know the maypole thing, right?
Yeah. Dancing around the maypole.
Everybody dresses in white. Everybody dances around them. Here's the thing with the whole maypole thing. I hate to ruin it. It's a phallic symbol.
Oh.
It's a big old dick.
It's a big old dick.
And we dress everybody up in white, and then they dance around the big old dick. Beltane is all...
Sounds like a party, man. I'm down.
I mean, I'm down as long as we all know that it's symbolizing a dick.
Yeah.
And it's not like fucking children, because I'm not trying to have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the maypole thing is like a cute, like, until you think about it a lot.
But that's sort of like...
Anymore.
That's sort of like the theme with everything, because it's all about like coming into spring, you're celebrating your awakening, which could be sexual, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's that time for getting,
For sure.
Getting
No,
busy.
I mean, I'm totally, as long as we're all consenting adults, everything's cool. But anyway, so...
How's that porn title? Around the maypole.
Around the maypole. I am certain there's a porn that is of that name. You know what? Send it to us. I would...
Please send it to Katie. Address that to Katie, please.
I'm not scared. Send me your maypole porn. I'm going to be scarred for life. It's not going to work out.
God.
So Beltane, yes, you're right. It's all about fertility. It's all about new life. It's all about new growth. If you think about like spring and all of the new buds on the trees and shit and like new grass,
and
like it's all connected to that.
But that's a little weird for me because like it would seem to me like during the winter months y'all are huddled up in your houses together, so I feel like that should be more about fertility and like getting it on.
I mean, unless you like to do it outside though. I mean, you really should be doing it all the time.
Well, yeah.
All the seasons.
But I don't know. I'm just saying. It's just weird for me. Like, I get that it's about fertility and, like, all of that good stuff.
No, I mean, it's because, okay, if we think about animals, though, like, the new litters of baby geese and ducks and all that shit, like, they're out in spring.
Yeah.
So I think it's, like, connected with that.
They had to get it on during the winter, though.
Like the late winter. Maybe. I don't know. Everybody feels good. Everybody wants to put on a white dress and dance around a gigantic dick.
Well, hey, more power to you.
I don't have a problem with it.
More power to you.
So, Beltane is halfway between spring equinox and the summer solstice, and your people of Ireland are credited with sort of inventing it.
Excuse me.
It's like a Gaelic holiday.
Ireland.
Oh my god, I hate you. I hate you so much.
How are ya?
I hate you. I'm quitting this podcast. So, bonfires are a big part of Beltane. And again, it's kind of the thing of like lighting a fire and then dancing around it. And
I like to do that.
yeah, I mean, it's like a normal Tuesday, right?
Uh-huh.
So, food was also cooked.
Hell yeah.
There were sacrifices.
Hell yeah.
Usually a lamb would be sacrificed, and then they would cook it over the fire. And then the Scottish got in on it too.
There you go.
Yeah, the Scottish had a Beltane ritual involving oatmeal cake. The oatmeal was cut, and one of the slices was marked with charcoal, and then that slice would be put in a bonnet, or all the slices would be put in a bonnet, and everybody would take one out while they were blindfolded, and then whoever got the one piece of oatmeal cake that was marked with charcoal had to leap through the fire 3 times.
Okay.
So you know my people.
Yeah.
Raising the stakes. Raising the stakes.
Raising the stakes.
So, and then there was one, there was one story that was the person with the marked oatmeal cake had to leap through the fire. Another source said that the person who got the marked cake would be thrown into the fire by his fucking friends.
Oh, wow.
And for some time afterwards, they would think of him as if he were dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and that was kind of like, there was some speculation that was like embodying a memory of human sacrifice.
Okay.
That maybe that fucking story is a lot less cute, and maybe they actually
were sacrificing some people.
You know, it's Scotland. I'm not gonna make excuses. I'm just gonna rep it real hard.
So. All right. Well, there you go.
Flowers obviously are a huge part of Beltane. Especially in neo-paganism and Wiccanism, it's kind of been appropriated in recent years. Well, I don't want to say appropriated. That's a strong word. It is celebrated by lots of Wiccans and lots of neo-paganists. And it's one of... I just totally lost my train of thought.
Well, I know that some some herbs and flowers and stuff like that, it's kind of interesting because some people, like Christians, actually would, in celebration of, this time of the year, hang them up in their houses to like ward off evil spirits and witches in particular. But again, those were the same like herbs and flowers that the pagans were using to worship their gods and goddesses. So
yeah, it's so
again full circle.
May baskets. You might be talking about May, or that might be connected with May baskets, which were like these baskets of garland, wreaths, and flowers, and they were given or placed secretly on the doorsteps of your friends. The source that I saw said friends, shut-ins, lovers, or families.
Friends, shut-ins.
Shut-ins. Shut-ins was like literally the second thing listed.
Shut-ins. Yes. Deliver me a May basket, bitch. Yes. What's in that May basket?
It's just a shitload of flowers and stuff.
Oh, well.
What if you had allergies?
Nice. I'm fucking deathly allergic to the flowers. I sniff them and just die.
Unfortunate. That would be unfortunate.
I come back to haunt their fucking ass every fucking Beltane.
May waters is also like a thing. Supposedly rolling in May Eve dew. So that May Eve is actually Walpurgisnacht.
Yeah.
April 30th.
Yep.
The eve of May. But it was said that if you rolled in the dew on May Eve, or you washed your face in pre-dawn May Day dew, you would be rewarded with health, luck, and beauty.
Ooh.
And if it rained on Beltane and you got your head and your hair wet in the Beltane rain, it was supposed to be like a blessing upon your head. And you could collect sacred waters and scry in sacred springs, and it's just supposed to be like a really, like, everything is boosted. It's like the star in Mario Kart, but for like natural witchcraft.
Okay. All right.
Nature-based witchcraft. And then, of course, fertility. Huge focus on fertility. There are these pagan ceremonies of, or neo-pagan, I should say, of the May Queen and the May King, or the May Lord, or the May Groom. And they are, like, covered in... The May Queen is the personification of the earth goddess and the goddess of fertility.
Okay.
I'm about it.
All right, May
I'm
Queen.
About it. The May King is personification of the vegetation god and Jack and Green, often covered all in green leaves. Both of them.
Vegetation god.
So I think the May Queen is a thing that used to happen. The maypole is connected with that. I think it's all part of that ceremony.
Uh-huh.
But I think they crown, like, the May King and Queen. Like, I've heard of that in, like small town celebrations of May. You know what I mean? Like, back when they used to do maypole stuff. Like, my mom participated in a maypole celebration.
Really?
Yeah. Like, when she was in school. It was a thing.
Oh.
Because, we're from the fucking podunk, like, way out,
Yeah.
I don't think they know.
I've never celebrated a maypole,
it's a dick yet.
I
think by the 90s, everybody kind of knew it was a dick. So they stopped.
Except Scarlet Murray.
Letting us dance. No, it wasn't Mom in the 90s. It was Mom in, like, the fucking 70s.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. When it was cute.
Uh-huh.
And everybody didn't realize. But there are, like, pageants and all kinds of stuff. So it's like a big deal. It's kind of a big deal.
That's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. And I'm into it. I'm about all of it. Like, and I had some sort of, I'm knocking it out of the park. Yes. So I have a charm for Beltane that I wanted to share.
Magic. Is this from our beloved website?
It's not, actually. So this is from a website that's devoted to...
Why have you forsaken?
The reason I was talking about the May King and Queen, or the May Lord and Lady, is this website is called The Goddess and the Green Man, which is a reference to the May Lord and Lady. Mm-hmm. And it's really cute. But they have a... They have a list of suggestions for what we should do for Beltane. And they also have a egg charm for Beltane.
Ooh, egg charms. Yes. I kind of have an idea what that's going to be. Because, you know, I tend to research random shit sometimes.
Egg charms, you know, it's fine. You never know when it's going to come up in conversation.
You never know. You absolutely never know.
You know. So things to do for Beltane, you should stay out all night.
Okay.
Gathering the grain. Listen to this. This I maybe wrote this website. Maybe. Okay. Here's the to-do list. You ready for your to-do list?
All right.
Get your planner if you have one.
Wait, you have to go back to number one.
Get your Google Calendar. Clear everything off of, if you are listening to this podcast.
I don't keep one, so done.
Clear everything off your calendar, and here's your new to-do list. Okay. Number 1. Stay out all night gathering the green.
Gathering the green?
Gathering the green.
All right.
The greenery.
Are we...
I don't think it's that. I mean, it could be.
Which green are we talking about?
It could be. I'm sure it could be. It just says gathering the green, so you can run with that in any direction you want to.
Take it wherever you want to, guys.
So, stay out all night gathering the green, watch the sunrise, and make love.
Okay.
Wash your face in the morning dew.
So, I can just imagine someone just, like, rubbing their face in the grass. How do you collect morning dew?
Horrific eye infection. Like,
you rub your face in dog shit. You just roll over and you're like all happy in your little white dress in the spring after having been out, and then like you roll over and the picture just shows you like with dog shit on your back.
That would be my experience. The second thing we have to do is conceive a new project, grasp that idea, and get on with it.
Conceive a new project.
Dress your home and or altar with greenery, especially with hawthorn, rowan, and birch branches.
Okay.
Ask permission from the tree before you take anything.
Okay. Consent.
Dress a tree. This is the perfect time to go out and celebrate a tree, especially a hawthorn, rowan, or birch. But the tree spirit will welcome your attention, whichever kind of tree it is. Sit with it, talk to it, dance around it. Probably not in view of any other humans or
completely in view of humans.
Or regulatory authorities like police.
Go find that one tree that is planted in the city and you dance around that tree as much as you want to.
They're going to arrest you, though. Like, you should be prepared for that.
Well, hey. You arrested me for a crime of passion.
So we're supposed to sit with the tree, talk to it, dance around it, honor the tree and its fertility, hang ribbons from the branches. Each ribbon represents a different wish or prayer.
Oh, that's sweet.
Right? It's so I want to do all these things, so I hope you're ready.
Are we going to find some rowan trees around here?
We have birch trees. And maybe hawthorn. I know we have birch, though. But it said whatever tree is going to be happy. We're going to celebrate.
You got to be careful of the birch tree, though. There was a short horror film that I watched called The Birch. And it was awesome. I definitely suggest you to check it out. But that was a crazy birch tree demon. And I don't know that she would have been happy with you hanging shit on her. So I guess that's where the ask permission comes
we're going to talk
first,
though. We're going to definitely talk. Now I'm scared. Flowers, and more flowers is the next thing on your to-do list.
All the flowers.
So we're supposed to make a flower crown to wear, not a shitty Instagram filter and not a shitty fake-ass flower crown.
No.
That is based on an Instagram filter.
I'm sitting right here right now telling every single last one of you bitches, if you go to Claire's and get you a shitty Coachella wannabe knockoff flower crown, I am judging you right now.
Just go get you some flowers.
Go pick those damn flowers. And put them...
And murder them. And then dress them in your hair. Make sure...
Make sure you grab the little ones first.
So daisy chains are fine. I'm glad that she gave me permission. Like, she was like, make a flower crown. Daisy chain is fine, Caitlin.
I love it.
You're really bad at this.
She's very, very... All right, daisy chains are fine.
Daisy chain is gonna be fine. Make a traditional flower basket. Fill it with Beltane greenery and all the flowers and herbs you can find. Think about and honor their magical and healing properties while you do. Give it to someone you love. I could fall into this website and literally never come out.
I'm kind of into the idea of us going around and finding, like, flowers and stuff and making flower crowns.
I'm going to be really, really into it until the moment that a spider crawls out of the flower and into my hair.
Bites you in the eyeball.
Into my ear.
Oh, and then has little spider babies.
It lives in my hair, and then it crawls into my ear in the night, and I feel it. And then I name it.
What would your flower crown look like?
Are we being realistic about what I can make? Or are we, like,
I'm just
assuming that I can magic something up that's beautiful and perfect?
Yes, full fantasy. I'm asking for full fantasy.
Full fantasy, Celtic, like, perfect titted lavender.
Titted?
Like...
Perfect tits? Perfect tits.
Yes, that's part of my flower crown.
Check. She's got those, guys.
No, like, just perfect Celtic fantasy lavender flower crown nudity.
Are we putting a weave in? Are we getting, like...
Or heather. Or like Irish heather.
Are we getting a lace front end to get you that long...
For sure.
To cover said perfect tits?
Yeah. Because we got to keep it modest, right?
Right.
So...
A little nudity. A little modesty.
For sure. Balance.
Mine, I think... I'm going to take some
I feel like yours would be branches. Like...
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know? Like,
no,
it would be very...
like
a very...
Mine wouldn't be floral.
Yeah.
It would be... I would take...
Branches
I'd have
greenery.
different wood from the different trees. Fashioned very probably... Like... Crown of Thorns style. Like...
I could see it.
Like, mine would be very wood. Like, about the wood.
It'd be about the wood.
It'd be about the wood.
You just need everybody to know. Are you ready for the last thing on our list? Are you ready for the last thing on our list?
What is the last thing on our list? I'm excited.
We have to make...
I'm into it, guys.
We have to make some hawthorn brandy.
Oh, that sounds bomb as fuck.
Oh, it's actually not that complicated. So you need a bottle of brandy and 1 cup of hawthorn flowers, plus a little sugar to taste. You mix all the ingredients together and leave it away from direct sunlight for at least 2 weeks. We didn't fucked up. We don't have enough time. Shake occasionally, strain, bottle, and enjoy. Hawthorn is renowned as a tonic for the heart. But the brandy is gonna get that liver. So I guess
your heart's gonna be good. Your liver gonna be fucked.
The significance of the hawthorn, birch, and rowan trees that kept popping up, that might be something interesting, just to brief tangent. Hawthorn is a super deeply magical tree. Traditionally, Beltane began when the hawthorn blossomed. That's how it blossoms at the beginning of May. It's the tree of sexuality and fertility and is the classic flower to decorate a maypole with. Birch is regarded as a feminine tree, which is probably why the demon in that movie was a woman, or was female. It's mostly associated with love and fertility. It's one of the first trees to show its leaves in the spring. And maypoles were often made from birch, but they were decorated with hawthorn flowers. Rowan is a tree of protection and healing. Branches of rowan were placed as protection over the doors and houses of barns at Beltane to protect from increased fairy activity as they awoke from their winter slumber. Sprigs of rowan were worn for protection as well, and rowan berries have a tiny 5-pointed star on the bottom that's reminiscent of the pentagram.
Well, also, Draco Malfoy's wand was hawthorn.
Yes, it was.
Fun fact.
Yes, it was. So, are you ready for my egg charm?
I think I'm ready for the egg charm.
Are you ready?
Hold on. Yes.
Yes.
Throw me that egg charm.
Okay. I'm going to throw it gently, though, because,
I'll catch it.
No,
I won't.
So, this is called Nana Violet's egg charm for Beltane.
Okay.
Too cute.
All right.
Think carefully what you wish for. The general rule of thumb is a brown egg for wishes involving animals and white for wishes involving people and plants. For example, if you're healing a sick animal, you would want the brown egg, and if you are healing a sick person or plant, you would want the white egg. Eggs with white shells are difficult to come by now, as chickens are generally given feed which produces the brown shell. That's not true, dude. There's tons of white eggs in the supermarket. I should have cut that part. All right, anyway. Anyway, so white for people and plants, brown for animals. First thing we do is blow the egg. Using a fat needle, pierce a hole in both ends of the egg, making one hole larger than the other. Using the needle, pierce the egg yolk gently and swirl it around to break up the yolk. Place a small drinking straw in one end and blow gently through the other hole to help gravity do its work.
Okay. So you're trying to get the yolk out?
I think. Yes. Yeah. Yep. So then we paint our egg talisman once it's been de-yolked. Once it's thoroughly dried out, place the egg on top of a little mound of blue tack to hold it in place, and you're ready to go. Choose a symbol to represent your wish: a heart for love, a coin for prosperity, a candle for wisdom, whatever is meaningful for you. Or you can paint the whole egg in a corresponding color: red for love, green for prosperity, purple for wisdom, what have you. The only thing that's important is that the symbol makes sense to you.
Right. Okay.
Another way to do it is to stick rose petals on for love or feathers for fertility. You can make a mixed media egg. Again, whatever is meaningful to you is what's important. When the egg has been decorated, find a suitable place for it and prepare it by hanging. Oh, prepare it for hanging by threading a thin thread through the two holes and securing it with a large knot or a bead or a matchstick at the bottom to hold it steady. Now you clear your mind and you focus on your desire for abundance or fruitfulness and its place in your life. And you say the following: little charm made of shell, as I hang you here, may all be well. May all things grow. May all things flow. Blessings for the turning of the wheel.
Okay, that's cute.
That's a very lovely mantra. You can use these words or you can use any other words that you're comfortable with. Remember, it's all about intention, as all magic is. And that's
Well, that's cool. I like that. Could I paint a picture of my enemies on my egg?
I don't really think it's for that.
Oh, damn.
I think it's for healing and fertility and stuff like that. It's not an effigy. It's an egg spell. Or an egg charm.
It's Leviosa. Not Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Fucking
The
witch.
Hermione moment. So, yeah, that's
really cool. I think, and like that still even goes back to, the whole theme around fertility, eggs. I know eggs are often used in fertility spells and things like that. So, I mean, it's good stuff. Yeah. It's really good stuff.
After looking into it, like I have kind of, I mean, let's face it, I'm lazy.
Really?
And, well,
really?
I haven't figured out yet if I'm lazy or
busy.
I was agreeing. Well, I don't know.
I'm lazy. I'm lazy as fuck.
Maybe I'm both. Anyway, I have not traditionally done much. I did celebrate Beltane once, but I don't traditionally celebrate Walpurgisnacht or Beltane, like in a big way. I'll acknowledge them, but I think this year we should have a celebration.
I think so,
because I'm into this. Like, having researched it, like, it's very me.
I think so too, bitch.
So, that's kind of all we have for you. I mean, we wish you a very happy Beltane, and we wish you a very happy Walpurgisnacht.
Whatever it is that you're celebrating, you're halfway to Halloween.
Which is a cause for celebration in itself.
And I'm going to tell you what, I'm warning you guys now. The closer it gets, the worse it fucking gets for
That's
y'all.
True. That's
because
very true.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm talking 1-parters, 2-parters, 3-parters, 4-parters. I am going... When that time comes, I'm going to let spring have its moment. Spring, you can have your moment. But...
As I'm sitting here, like, in my freaking full fantasy lavender crown.
I'm going to let you have your moment. But Halloween is coming.
That's true. That's true. So...
And I can't fucking wait.
Tag us in your Walpurgisnacht and Beltane celebrations. Tell us your favorite way to celebrate these holidays. If you celebrate, if you've never celebrated before, maybe now is a good time to start. It's always a good time to have celebration. There's enough sadness and terribleness in the world. Mm-hmm. So I'm always in favor of a celebration.
Well, also, were we going to, side note for a little bit on the major news that happened today?
I don't think we can tag that on in this episode. We will do a live video.
A live video?
Yeah, we'll do something with Instagram. I don't think we can tag it on.
Okay.
Crazy shit happened today, you guys. Whew. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the gram. And you should go to our Instagram and hang out with us at the Haunted Heart podcast.
And also on Twitter. Which we are trying to be active. We have actually we have 4 new followers.
Oh my god, on Twitter?
Yes.
We never fucking post on Twitter.
A total of 5.
Excellent.
Our girls over at the Paranormal Chicks did a follow Friday thing for us.
Oh really?
And tagged us in it.
Oh my god.
I responded last night. I saw it because I was trying to do Twitter things.
Yeah.
And I saw it
really
and I was
bad at doing Twitter
well, actually,
things.
no. I was on our website looking at our stats and all of that, and I saw a little thing, and it was 5 followers on Twitter, and I'm like, what?
Awesome. Thank you, Carrie and Donna.
Yes.
If you want to hang out with us on Twitter, let us know. We will hang out more on Twitter. Right now, we are most active on Instagram, and we chill there, but we are willing to chill with you guys anywhere that you want to chill.
And sorry for the late episode. I feel like I kind of have to mention
life happens.
The elephant in the room, but
sorry about it.
Shit happens.
We're here now. It's trash talent. What do you expect?
It's trash talent.
Anyway,
it's a fucking excuse for everything.
We hope you guys have a wonderful week. We hope that your Walpurgisnacht is very lovely and that your Beltane brings you all sorts of wonderful, special, exciting new growth.
Cast in all seriousness, it is the perfect time. We have been in this long winter, like I said, which I've personally enjoyed. But again, it's that time of year. If there's something that you are trying to shed, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to set yourself free. Go
Absolutely.
for your goals. Go for your desires. As long as that's as long as it's not hurting anybody. So let me lay that out there, because I'm not sure who listens to us.
Just a caveat. You know.
But, go forth and be your ultimate true self this spring. Okay?
I love that. It's such a sweet message.
Yes.
All right. And as always,
stay spooky.